From a radio presenter to now a farmer, welcome to Meet the HR Show with me, Laurenelle. Today is another day to learn another career change. Karibu sana. Welcome to the show.
Asante sana.
Hey, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Introduce yourself.
Okay, where should I start? Let me say I'm ATOLO, ATOLO Nicholas. As you said, former radio presenter and now doing farming, urban farming. So I call myself an urban farmer.
Urban farmer.
Yes.
Radio presenting to farming.
To farming.
Sasa tuanze na radio presenting. How did the journey begin?
I have a degree in communication electronic media from Daystar University,
Yes.
you know. And it has been an interesting journey. And when I finished school, my internship I did it at the family media. Then after that, I went to rural media and did my radio presenting there for quite a while. Like
Sasa ilikuwa job.
As a job, shughuli. Alafu after hapo, things changed. Okay, let me say, I was supposed to go to school. Na nikasema, because vitu tena kwa kazi hii pressure iko hapa ni mingi and I want to do something different. I want to go and do my masters.
Yes.
I can take a break and go to school, then see how things goes. But nika realize kuna shughuli zingine naweza fanya. So I started working before I went to school. I joined Miscoach Kenya.
Okay.
It's an NGO. And we deal with the youths.
Okay. Yeah. Now, before radio, before you get into farming, you were dealing with a lot of radio presenting. Sindio, had you already graduated, or it was before the graduation?
I started back in school at Shine FM. I was a radio presenter there and doing also corporate MCing and even the other normal MCs.
Yes.
And it was an exposure, let me say, because everything that I used to do, at the end of the day, you come and reflect and you realize I'm shaping towards a particular way that I would love to do or I love to see myself in. And after that, after graduation, that's when I started working at rural media. And it was an interesting journey, having to wake up at 5 in the morning or 4:30 in the morning,
yes, and
coming back home at as late as 1:30 p.m. Yeah, it was an interesting journey.
For how long were you there?
1:30 a.m. for 3 months. It was not an easy joke because every time you wake up, you ask yourself, niende kweli ama should I go back to sleep?
Niwache leo.
Leo si niwache. Siniandike basi email, niweke halafu nitume. Then after you've woken up and you've gone to work, then you realize it's just a normal day. You are just enjoying every bit of it. So I can't say that working at the media field, it was something different or maybe something hard for me, but let me say some things need to change. I felt like I needed to change some things because apart from that I felt like I wanted to go back to school, as I mentioned before.
And media was your passion?
Yeah, media was my passion. Even my masters, when I wanted to go, by that time I wanted to go and pursue media, still media, advanced media, but things changed.
Things happen.
Yeah, things happen.
Now you're in farming fully. Fully
in farming, and at least I practice communication, but not media, because I also am the lead communications person at Miscoach Kenya, and it has been an interesting journey. So media iko bado, but sasa kilimo.
Kilimo ilianza aje, as in from a Daystar graduate from communication and electronic media, and now to a thriving farmer? Okay,
let me give my background. Nilijipata aje hapa.
Okay.
During that time, I was following up my passport because I lost my passport. Okay. So hiyo process ilikuwa hard. Unajipata, you're going there, unaambiwa you come back after 2 weeks, you go back after 2 weeks, you're being told come back after another week. So during that time I met friends who told me that I've seen somewhere that you can go and try. So when I tried Miscoach Kenya, those guys are so good to welcome me, because they told me we're really trying to see if we can have a communication person and our docket and to see how it can work for Miscoach Kenya. And it was really an interesting position, so I decided, hey, let me try as a volunteer, and I started there. So under Miscoach Kenya we have different arms, because we have a talents and entrepreneurship arm that deals with youths in training different art forms. We have modeling, that is what we are known for, because we are called Miscoach Kenya. It started as an initiative and now it's an organization. We have modeling, we have DJ Academy, we have dancing, we have music, and we also have fine arts. So when I came in, that's when Corona hit and everything changed.
So that one was after you finished the media?
Yeah.
Now you've taken a break.
I've taken a break. I'm back at home.
Okay.
I'm trying to see where I can start
Where we
again
can
fresh.
start again.
Yes. So when I was there, things changed because Corona came and we were told there's no any meetings, there's no schools, everything that you guys are doing, so you'll need to stop, because we were dwelling also on events
Okay.
for most of our things to run.
Yes.
So we decided things could not have worked the same way. We could not do beauty pageants, we could not do the DJing academy, and even bringing the youths together for them to learn. So we decided to think of a way of how we can still engage them in something different that
Yes.
can also they can be interested in doing. And we thought of urban farming. I can say my director, Madam Amy, she's really interesting, because when she has an idea, she will not sleep until it's done.
Let's try this
she
out.
brought it out. Let us try urban farming, because we really need to reach the youths. Let us try urban farming.
What's urban farming?
Urban farming, it's doing farming in the smallest space that you have.
Hapo
Because we
kwa
are in
kitchen.
an urban space. Hapo kwa kitchen, we call it kitchen garden. Hapo
Yes.
kwa balkoni yako, weka maua,
Try it.
weka sukuma yako
Usiseme
pole
nahitaji
pole.
ka eka
Ati,
moja
eka moja,
mahali.
ukinipatia tu eka moja na trailer nitasukuma.
Utaona.
No.
Yes.
No, it's not that, because you're training people to do it in the smallest space that you can have, for them to give you a good number of produce, because when you see whatever we've done, it's something, it's a small space, but when we count the produce, we have a lot, and we are really thanking God for that, because it's a skill.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's more of small scale farming.
Not really.
Yeah.
If you want to do urban farming in a large-scale farming, then good for you, because we have farms at Lavington, and we also have another one at South Sea. That one was a project that we were doing with a philanthropist that we work with. He's a very good friend of ours. So we were doing it at a large-scale farming, because hata unajua nini inaitwaje?
Nini?
Greenhouse. Hiyo pia ni tunaitumia kama urban farming.
Sasa urban farming just involves farming that is done
Differently, using technology or even innovatively. Let's say innovative.
For example,
we have our gardens here, the corn gardens that we have, and they are so beautiful. When you see them, some people can mistake it for flowers from a distance. Until you come near them, then you realize, yeah, they are just skumas, they are just kienyeji, they are just fruits, because you can also plant strawberries in them, so it's just an interesting model. Apart from that, we also do mushroom farming, and it's an innovative way of doing that.
So for mushroom, how does it go about?
It has a process, because it's so intensive, because when you decide to do mushroom, then a lot is in the required. First of all, we start by cutting the hay. After cutting the hay in small pieces, the normal hay that the cows...
This one that's usually like this?
Yes, this was a sherehe.
Oh, hizo?
Because when you go to somewhere, gardens, nowadays I see, that is what they put down, wanaekelea Masai shuka, and you sit on it.
And you're
But
good to go.
tukiona hiyo inatuuma, because we know this is
This one should be used in the
farm.
farm.
In the farm. This is what we use. Why are you
Yes.
sitting on them? So that is what we take. We cut into small pieces. After that, we pack them, we mix them, we soak them first
Okay.
for 24 hours. After soaking them, we take them out, we leave them to dry, not dry, but to release the water for it to be something, when you press it, cannot release them, it cannot...
So this is communication in farming.
Yes,
Just
now-
to clear it, we are still on Meet the HR, and we're just learning a few of the process, because remember, this is a communication expert in farming. So if you're at home and you're doing a different course and you're asking yourself, can I move to another venture? He's doing it, and here he is.
So after that, you take them and we mix them with lime and wheat bran. They have a different purpose, that because if I'll be exposing everything, then it means I'm giving out a lesson.
You've
with
given
no pay.
everything.
Yeah, I'm not supposed
we
to do that.
apologize. Okay, for that small
So,
information, you can use
After
it.
that, we pack them and we pasteurize it. After pasteurizing it, we have the seeds put in the bags, and we take them to the dark room for now incubation. After 21 days, the fruiting season, we are now waiting for them to sprout, and we start harvesting the mushroom.
Okay. Farming, communication. You have a communication manager role. Match them for me.
Let me say, working under an NGO, it's very interesting.
Very fun.
Very fun and interesting.
Yes.
Because if I tell you that my executive director can also do the role that I'm doing right now in urban farming, then you'll be surprised, because there is no limits when you come to this field. And that is the interesting part of it, the positive interesting part of it, because I'm doing communication, and again, this is interest. I showed interest when my director presented it to us. I showed interest. I told her that I wanted to learn more and I wanted to do a lot on that.
So interest is very important.
Yeah, interest is very important. If you're not interested in something, my finance manager will tell you, just leave it, because haiwezi, unajua. So that is what I really appreciate, because hiyo interest nilikuwa nayo, then I decided to start working on that, and after I started ile polepole kidogo kidogo working with her, going to different farms in different places, then she told me, Atulo, we have this project and we want you to take it and you can coordinate it for us. Okay. So I said, yeah, I can try. So last year I did that, then next year I'm still doing that, and it's an interesting venture. So you started from scratch. There was no information that previously I did agriculture, previously I loved farming. There was One interesting thing about me is that I was born and brought up in Nairobi. The number of times I've gone back to shags can be countable. And when we go, we have very interesting grannies, because those guys will not let me even touch the jembe hambi. Twende shamba hiyo siku. Hata if mom insists, hata wakataza, like they are not going anywhere.
Huyu ni watao.
Ni watao, wachana now. So that is what we know. Yes. Then back in high school, I went to school back in Mumias. Lakini tena agriculture, when it came, nikasema sifanyi.
What did you do?
I did not even do business. Nilifanya subject saba.
So you said not.
Unaona wale watu ati nikifanya 8 nianguke moja niingie kwa hii nisaidie.
Bado kuna ingine.
Yes, tulisema kama mbaya ikikataa imekataa, ishaandikwa. So I did 7 subjects, and agriculture was not even part of it. Hata ningeambiwa nichague between agriculture and business, I could have gone for business. Pesa. So nikakuja Nairobi. Ni mimi sasa nafanya ukulima Nairobi, because sina any background knowledge on farming. I decided to go back to class, the classes zenye pia my organization is supporting. After that you take, alafu kulikuwa na online courses, so ilikuwa so good.
Uliamua tu passion.
Kidogo unasoma, unapata ideas, you share ideas with different people. Ukienda shamba ingine, you talk to them and you learn something different. Because when I compare my first vertical gardens to this time,
your first gardening, what?
Vertical gardens.
What is a vertical garden?
Vertical gardens is the gardens that it's like a gorofa. You see what Evo, that is what we do. Tunachukua mchanga, we pack them very well, and we use that space for farming. That is what we do. So ukiangalia za kwanza na za sahi, they are two different things. Improvement.
So every day is a learning.
Is a learning day, because even here we learn from experience. You come today realize, hizi flies zinatembea sana kwa mboga zetu. Each and every time we have flies on our vegetables. So what can we do? We go and we do a research. You realize the reason as to why we use, kulikuwa na kitu fulani ilikuwa inapiga around on social media, that if you take the leaves za kitunguu, you put them in a kando with warm water, itafanya nini? Inafukuza mosquitoes. So
hiyo tuliona.
Alafu now interesting part ni, if we do that farming, alafu on top of it we do danias and kitunguu for specific reasons. You see, dania, when you cook it with food, it has a different smell, something good.
Something different taste.
A roof, even if you bite it when it's still raw, you can still swallow it.
So that's urban farming in real.
Sasa tuka realize the smell that it makes you happy, kumbe inaumiza flies. The smell that kitunguu gives to food and you enjoy it,
it's not good for flies.
So what we do, after we've done the corn vertical gardens, we put kitunguu on top or dania on top.
And you are good and you're sorted. So is it growing? You put them to grow together?
Yeah, you put them to, not, this one you'll decide I'll put here dania, and this one you'll decide I'll put here kitunguu for different reasons. So tuseme, tukimaliza, we will swap. Ile rotational farming tu sasa ina apply pia.
Zero grazing.
Hiyo
pia iko nayo.
Angalau uko na knowledge.
At least, small.
Yes.
Now, for you growing up, did you ever see yourself in farming?
No. It is something different. I was even sharing with my friends, and they are telling me, is this what you do, or you're just trying out? And I'm telling them, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I want to do.
And this is what I love.
And this is what I love. It makes me happy, you see. So after everything is done, I go back at home and ask my friends, because I work here with also 3 guys. I'll call, even if I'll not come here today to the farm, I'll call them, what is happening in the farm today? And that they will tell me, today we've done this and that and that, and after that, tomorrow we are planning to do 1, 2, 3. And it makes me really happy to see that we are making progress. Alafu, when you come and you see the first sprouts, it makes you happy. Yani, alafu for skuma or spinach, because you transplant them, for the first time they will fall down, they will be like they are dying. Then after
giving
a few
up
days,
moment.
they will start rising up. So you feel like, yeah, this is what I want.
Finally.
This is what makes me happy. Yes.
For such farming, we require a lot of use of technology. Are you people including technology inside it, or how does it
Now
go?
that is where we go to mushroom farming, because we use a lot of technology in doing that. Because when you go to Ruiru, Juja and Kikuyu, those guys, maybe some of them, they use kunis or even jikos to pasteurize their hay. But here we use gas and burner for that to heat our drums, and after that we take them now to to a separate room that we're also regulating the temperatures, and for that to happen we need the thermometers and the other stuff.
So we still have technology inside?
Yeah, we have technology, and even monitoring them. We'll just have to come, because when we boil the water, we also have a thermometer, and 80 degrees, then this is good. We wait for a few minutes, then we take them out.
So you have to be sure with the amount of temperature.
And maths and mathematics, because it...
So people who na wenye mathematics
like
iliwaambia tupatane nje ya mlango.
Sasa ukiniambia 0.1% naambia okay, sasa hiyo kiweka into grams ni ngapi? Ni grams fulani. Then I take my hiyo measurement naekelea, hizi ndio nataka, kumbe ni sawa. Then you cram them. Na ukiona unachelewa tena, ukiona unapoteza, you go back to the books and you learn every day. Okay. Yes.
So far, how many projects have you done?
This is the second one. We started the first one last year. We still did whatever you're doing right now, mushroom farming and the vertical gardens, vegetables. And we started with a youth group that we are working with. It is interesting to work with the youths. It's really interesting, because these guys, they'll come and tell you, we need to hustle, because we are just coming here to learn and there's nothing that we're getting back in return. So there's no need, because we wanted to impact knowledge and also improve nutrition to kids around this place and even the people around this place. Okay. So after that, after working with the youths, we decided that we're going to take a break and see how we are going to transition and come up with a new way on doing this mushroom farming and vegetable garden. So we decided to take a few individuals that we used last in the first project. We took 3 that we had trained before, and they were working so good towards that, and we decided they're going to be trainers of trainees.
Trainers of trainees.
Yes.
So it's like more of peer learning.
Yeah, peer learning.
Okay.
We call them TOTs. So we told them, this is what we want you guys to do. We are going to call another youth group and a women's group to come together, and you train them on doing whatever.
Just from this area of Korogocho?
Yeah, from this area of Korogocho. We want you guys to train them so that they can have the skill, because we are so much in impacting skills to these young people and even the youth. If the first time we're starting this project, we were telling them, this thing, you can create some money out of it. You can have money out of it. They were saying,
how? After how long?
Then, after we called them to Gambia, we told you, mnaweza pata pesa na hii kazi. Simkuja sampate pesa. So you see, they have skill. Why can't we? There is no need of us going back to the trainer that trained us Kitambo to bring him back in order for him to train us, and yet you guys trained. You guys have something that you can even train other people, so that is why we are using them right now.
All right.
Yes.
How does your day look like? What time does it start? For me, it used to start by 5:30. For this one?
Yeah, 5:30 I'm in the office now. Unaweza toka at 1:30 a.m. But for this one, first of all, I have classes, so very early in the morning I wake up for my classes.
What are you studying for?
Community development and social work.
Not communication.
But iko communication, community.
Hapo ndo inaisha.
Inaishia kwa community. So I'm still in the same field, unaona.
Yeah.
After that, siku yangu inaweza anza kama saa 1 ama 6. Ya mkulima 6.
Mkulima
6 niamke nisome, nikishamaliza I get ready, I go to the office. Kwa ofisi I do the communication bit of it, because we have so many things that we need to do for everything to be okay. Tuangalie strategies, tumefika wapi, what are our plans for the week. After that tumalize hiyo, we have normal programming meetings. Sasa different programmings, because we also have different programs at the office. We have education, we do so many things zenye asiko limited. I will still do them. Nitatembea nao, nikisema niko field haimaanishi niko field hii peke yake.
Because someone will think your whole day is mushroom farming, your stairs. Your stairs zimesema
corn vertical garden.
Corn vertical gardens, but it's more than that.
Yeah, it's more than that, because it's very interesting. NGO, where I'm working right now, Miss Coach Kenya, it gives you room to improve and learn more. So ukisema leo nataka kutembea na nyinyi, they'll tell you, yeah, you come. Kama jana nimeshinda field going rounds schools tukiangalia project that we are doing and whatever the kids needs, yani hivyo tukisonga. So after that in the afternoon, because this project we are doing mostly in the afternoons, apart from ile siku yenye tuna pasteurize, because we need 4 good hours ku pasteurize. Gas ikiguruma 4 good hours. Hiyo ni gas ikumi.
Sinisha kuuliza hapa cost tukasema but the results are almost the same.
Ni almost the same. Ukiangalia ni pesa kidogo sana, watu wakuni unawaachia ama wanaweza kuachia, so tuko tu sawa. So after that ndo tunaingia saa 8 field hapa kwa shamba, we follow up everything that is happening, because we also have someone mwenye anaangalia in the morning, anamwagia maji and make sure that everything is working out well. Lakini kifika kwa ofisi, because we also have a space for your mushroom, I go and check the mushroom sasa, nione progress, I record progress each and every day. Kama tuko na, because we have challenges in the mushroom farming, it's not something that you wake up and everything start working
it
magic,
has all like, sprouted.
Unapata do no, iko na challenges zake. Kuna siku unaweza pata green molds. Inatupiganga hadi tunakaa chini unasema hiyo ni pesa tumesukuma nje. So nakuja na hesabu, leo sina, unafurahia. Kama iko unatoa unaweka kando.
Now how do you prevent them?
Sometimes they happen, but you just go back to the drawing book when you're starting to pasteurize and everything. You make sure you follow the process well, bila hata kukosea ama bila shortcut, because it's also something that is hygiene. Inahitaji hygiene nyingine hatari sana. Na zikianza kufruit haufai kukua na kupaka marashi, because unaweza uzia mtu marashi, unaweza uzia mtu mushroom inanuka marashi, so niko na mambo more, but
hi, nice. For this career, you've mentioned someone has to be keen and detailed to the point.
Yes.
Apart from that, what other skills does someone need to have to thrive in this career?
Time management. I believe time management works everywhere, because unaona kama kwa shamba you'll need to water it very early in the morning or very late in the evening. So wezi amka saa 4 useme leo naenda kumwagilia nini zangu maji. Iwezi, it cannot work. You just need to wake up very early, you do that. After that, for mushroom farming, you also need to plan your time well, because you'll say after the 4 hours I'll need to take them out, I let them dry, zipoe kwanza, nikiweka mbegu zikiwa moto, then it's massacre for me. So ipoe, after imepoa ndio nikuje niweke mbegu. So time management, unasema hii time inachukua kama 1 hour kupoa, after 1 hour nichukue 40 minutes kuzisukuma. Then after that, interest, nilikuwa mention before. Yes. Without interest, then there's nothing that you
interest
do.
And passion.
Yeah, interest and passion. Unajua saa zingine someone is born with the passion, and sometimes it grows in you.
Exactly.
Passion comes along the way. You gain passion out of nowhere.
You start saying, hey, I think this farming would work well with me.
Will work well with me, let me try. Alafu inakupatia mazao, inakupiga challenge, unaona nataka kujichallenge tena, tena unaamka unarudi tena, so ni hivyo tu inasonga.
We've mentioned lots of challenges. Challenges as a farmer, what are they?
Challenges as a farmer ni, kuna flies bado, mostly when it comes to mushrooms. Kama kwa mushroom farmer sasa, we have different challenges. We have molds.
Yes.
Kwa hizo molds zinapiga sana, kama una realize maybe you planted them with water, ama you used dirty water, ama kipimo ikwenda vizuri. So many different reasons behind that. Then the other thing, we have the pests. So unakuja siku moja unapata mboga zako zimechapa huku chini, because there's this time we were doing tomatoes, and when we went to the farm, it was an 1 acre farm. Unapata, we call it tutor absoluta. Imechapa nyanya zote. Ni zile when you buy a tomato, and you realize iko na kashimo kamoja yenye ukikata it goes even inside. Hizo zote zilikuwa zimepigwa hivyo. 1 acre farm. So na kama una realize, ni ngumu. Kwa mushroom tena flies, hizo ndogo ndogo unaona leo hii imekuja ile imeenda tena iko unakuja unapata zinaharibu. Sasa zile nauzia mtu mushroom iko na maflies ndani and that is
which
what
is not really good.
Yes.
As from a radio presenter to now communication manager stroke farmer, could you give any similarities or any difference? Would you compare the two?
Yes, let me say, I cannot say that whatever I studied went at yote nilisukuma down the drain. No, I'm using it because I need to communicate with these guys.
Yes.
And I need to relate with them very well. So I use a lot that I studied back in school in order to impart knowledge to these other guys that we are training down here at the field. And when I go back to the office, I still use the knowledge that I get, because when you study from where I studied, you learn, even if you're doing electronic media, you'll also learn PR. You'll also
Immediately
learn print. So you have some chembe, you know
and
how
public
to
relations.
Yeah, so that is what I'm using. And for farming, now when you relate it to communication, it's a process.
Yes.
You know, communication is a process. So farming is also a process. The way it will take you time for you to understand me is the same way it will take you time in order for you to understand what farming is.
Yes.
It will also take you time to see something that coming out of the farming that you are doing. The sprout, it doesn't come immediately. You will not understand me immediately.
Yes.
Your first perspective, the first impression of me might be very different.
Yes.
So ukikuja upande sukuma siku ya kwanza utaona zimesimama, kesho ukuje zimeanguka na tena zikuja tena. You cannot even understand. So it's something of the same way ukizieka vizuri, but yeah, from learning and whatever I'm doing right now, I can say I'm still practicing.
You're still practicing.
Yes.
For someone who wants to join this field, what would you be your take-out points for them?
It's not easy. Actually, because we believe whatever we are doing right now, it's not that large scale, but we are really trying to reach so many people, because we are doing it at a social economical point. As much as we are getting income out of it, we also need to bring someone to understand and have the knowledge of doing this in a different space of their own. So you'll need a small space too, and your interest to kikosa.
Interest.
Because when they come here, we tell them, ukiona interest inakatika,
Wacha
tuambie tu na
tu.
mapema, si tuache. Hebu tuambie na mapema ndio we know what can we do in order to rejuvenate your interest. You see, saa zingine labda mtu ana moral because there's some problems back at home.
Yeah.
So we're also experiencing problems as an organization because we need funds for these things to happen. We work every day in order to reach more youths than we reached yesterday. That is what we move by. So when we are down on funds, they will come and start complaining to me. Tulikushow, we need the papers to pack these things. We told you we need the red soil because we do not have red soil here, so we'll need to go and buy them. We told you we need manure in order for this thing to happen. And we need materials for the corn garden. Si chini hatuhitaji jembe hiyo tunahitaji tutengeneze. So funds. When you have something, like in a manishi for an urban farmer, you need a lot of funds in order for you to do that. No, you take a crate of soda ama hizi nyanya hizi.
Anzia hapo.
Weka kale kakaratasi ka black.
Anza tu kumesha pole.
Meesha kidogo, sukuma, spinach. Na kitunguu. I remember nikiwa campus nilikuwa na kitunguu nilipanda kwa dirisha yangu.
Passion ilikuwa imeanzia hapo.
Sikujua.
Ndio ilikuwa imeanzia. Thank you for having us.
Asante sana.
Mulikula mkamaliza.
Ikaisha na mayai.
Thank you for having us.
Asante sana.
This has been Meet the HR Show. Till next time. Bye bye.